Excellence follows excellence, and our next speaker is Dr. Marc Julmisse, Executive Director of Partners in Health, a sister organization to Partners in Health in Haiti. Most recently, Dr. Julmisse was Deputy Chief Operations Officer at the Hôpital Universitaire de Mirebalais, also opened by Zanmi Santé, Partners in Health, providing strategic, clinical, financial, and operational vision across all Zanmi Santé-supported facilities. That's a big job. She previously was Deputy Chief Operations Officer at the hospital, promoted from Chief Nursing Officer, where she drove global nursing strategy to strengthen and advance nursing and midwifery across care delivery sites. Dr. Julmisse has also led Zanmi Santé's earthquake response team in developing a strategy and scope of work to ensure a nimble and comprehensive response to patient and partner needs. Dr. Julmisse earlier served as Medical Education Program Director for Adventist Health International Haiti. Let's please welcome her. Wearing beautiful yellow. We're not gonna cry. No, we're not gonna cry. This is a very emotional day for me, people. This is really extraordinary, right?
Don't start me.
No, I'm not.
Don't start.
I'm not.
I'm already there.
Already
I'm already
but
there.
You got the yellow memo.
Oh, you got the yellow.
Yes,
We're doing it.
Yes, we're doing it. Okay. Viva Haiti.
Merci beaucoup. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. I do want to make one little correction. I'm not Dr. Julmisse. I'm a very, very proud nurse, and will be pursuing my doctorate, but it's not there yet. But thank you so much. Guys, you already got me to the point of tears, so I'm going to put it back. I want to say thank you so much for the honor and just the privilege of being among such a great witness. And I am terrified of following what happened before, because I've learned so much from our previous speaker. Right now I'm copying things down and saying, we need to teach this, because this needs to be part of our culture, not just part of this moment, because people like me need to know where we came from so we know what we're fighting for. That's just my little part. But I represent today, thank you so much, I represent such a great group of women. I am accompanied today by this dynamic force of women of Zanmi Santé Partners in Health. Among them, we have Didi Vetron-Farmer that's with us here. And it is, amen, it is truly an honor to be able to represent what we have. And I want to change a little bit of the narrative that we're hearing about Haiti. I'm not gonna gloss over the challenges that we have. We have major challenges here, but what you're not hearing is how we are fighting in spite of, how we are pushing forward in spite of, and that's what I want to share with you today. ZIA was founded almost 40 years ago. ZIA was founded 40 years ago by Dr. Paul Farmer. And it still doesn't seem real when you're saying, earlier this year we lost him. His passing does leave a void. In many people, it leaves a void personally. The global community, it leaves a major void. But the thing is, who he wasn't about one person, it's about changing a system. And that's what we're about here today. That mission that we have, Zanmi Santé, that passion that Paul put forward is our passion now. We are committed to continuing what he started. We are committed to going forth with the teachings, to keeping that legacy alive in our work that we're doing in Haiti, and really across the world globally in all the PIH-supported facilities. We are a local organization. We have more than 6,000, close to 7,000 employees. And you know what? About 90% of those are of the diaspora. Are Haitian nationals that are working within our communities. We have 17 clinics that we are operating throughout the Central Plateau. In our Lower Artibonite, we have a whatever it takes mission. Our motto, it's unofficial, but we do have a whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to make sure that the most vulnerable, everyone has access to care. HIV, TB patients, women's health, medical education, nutrition, WASH, agriculture. If it's going to affect a population, affect our patients, what do we need to do about it? It's never saying that's not our problem. It's saying, how do we address it? And I have to take one pause here. One thing that I will keep saying that has changed my perspective of how we address issues and challenges. Instead of giving up our hands and saying, this is too much big of a mountain. I remember at one point when we were fighting to save the lives of these conjoined twins, and I remember Paul had said, and I was a doubting Nancy or negative Nancy, I was like, we can't do this, we don't have this. And he's like, Mark, tell me what we need to do to get it done. Don't tell me what we don't have. And that's what it is. That's the spirit is, what do we need to do to address the problems that we have here? Don't look at the obstacles, look at the path that we need to get to in order to overcome the obstacles and provide the care. In our whatever it takes, ZL supports Haitian for instance, after the hurricane that we have, after the earthquake in 2010, we have a 300-bed teaching hospital today because of that vision of saying it's not just for the now that we're taking care of, it's for what we need to put forth in the future. Yes, we mobilized and we took care of people after the earthquake in 2010, but now he was like, we need a teaching hospital, we need a trauma center, we need somewhere where we're training medical and nursing professions and other professions so that we can effectuate change in the future. Now, because we have this, I'm taking off my glasses so I can see better. You know, as age goes on, the light eyes go. Now, we have 194 graduates completing trainings across 10 specialties. 80% of those graduates remain in Haiti today. 52% of those graduates are women. Even more so, we are expanding our medical education to include orthopedics, which is beginning this fall, GYN Onc, which is also beginning, nephrology, as well as the emergency nurse practitioner fellowship. We're not stopping. Our whatever it takes model, in the midst of what it's saying, in February 2020, let me go back a little bit, COVID-19 hit us. Maybe not as hard as it hit someplace else, but it hit us. And we immediately, preparing for the influx of patients, because we had these systems set up, were able to respond. HUM, or L'Hôpital Université de Mirebalais, was the first site in the country that received the first 2 confirmed cases in March 19. Since then, we treated 3,227 patients for COVID-19. We conducted over 93,000 rapid and PCR tests. We vaccinated, working with the Ministry of Health, over 14,000 people against the COVID-19 vaccination. After this latest earthquake that happened, we just did not, because it happened to the south, it wasn't just about that's not our problem. Haiti is part of us. It's not that we work into Artibonite and Central Plateau. We work with the Ministry of Health. We are Haitians. If one of our team members or somebody is suffering, we suffer. So you know what? We mobilize our team, and because we invested in a university hospital, Mirebalais, because we invested in medical education, do you know who was the ones that went to go ahead and provide care? Our former residents. Those that graduated from the ED, the only emergency residency in Haiti, were the ones providing the care in the South. Our CRNAs, nurse anesthetists, were the ones providing the care. Our orthopedic surgeons, our emergency technicians, our OR nurses were the ones going. So we were able to take from within to provide care, and that's what the investment is about. Whatever it takes is we are going to look at what we need now, take care of what now, but look at what do we need to do in the future. In that, one thing that I wanted to go into is as we provided the care for those, as we provided the care after an earthquake that occurred in August of last year, we mobilized, and when we mobilized there is not just that, we worked in the South, we supported all 3 departments in the South. We made sure our team went over there. We provided support to all 3 departments, in providing support to that, we were able to I apologize. Sometimes, no, let me go off the speech. Sorry. This isn't like, in providing the support, we are able to support the Ministry of Health over there. We are a partner of the Ministry of Health. It's not that we're an organization that looks to do our own thing. We went down and supported the Ministry of Health, making sure that we are able to provide the care. We are able to give medication, supplies, training, and continue to provide support to the Ministry of Health and the departments in the South. In the medical education program, as we were talking about, our commitment to improving the lives of the Haitians and most vulnerable population, we started a program, we call it Journey to Nine, where it's focusing, it's a it's Journey to Nine program, sorry. It's an innovative group-based care model of care for a comprehensive model of care for pregnant women and their newborn. We follow them from birth to at least 18 months, 1 year of life, and provide this amazing care for this. This program that we provide for our maternal care services, our moms are able to have 90% attendance rate in our programs. We have women that are enrolled in our J9 program in our J9 antenatal program, we have at least 98% attendance rate. We have 95% of the women that are there that are delivering at a healthcare facility. And right now, even in the midst of these problems, these women are still going to our facility. They're leaving they're walking any way possible to get to our health facility to receive care. Our Whatever It Takes model, our team is on the ground, and I want to talk about what's happening now. In the midst of some of the issues that are happening with our team, we're continuing to provide care. None of our facilities are closed. All of our doors remain open to provide services. Even in the midst of what's happening, our staff are there to sacrifice and are believing that if our patients can make it to our facilities, we are there to provide care. Regardless of what's happening, within Haiti, our staff is there to go ahead, and we commit to provide and accompany our team along the way. Despite some of the challenges that we have, and we have a lot of challenges right now, despite the socio-political landscape that is progressively deteriorating, the current fuel shortage that's jeopardizing our site's ability to function, adding this to a lot of patients that are having difficulty accessing public transport, adding this to the instability and the increased rate of malnutrition among Haitians, increased mental health that is really addressing, or our staff is confronting. We are there to provide services. We are there to support our staff. We're there to support our patients. We are there to remain true to our mission of whatever it takes. One thing that we are going forward is, and I want to go off my speech a little bit, and I'm not one of the best on the speeches going through. I want to let you know how hard we are fighting for this. In the midst of what's happening, we have women that are dedicated and are committed to come to receive service. Our staff is dedicated to be there. In the midst of kidnapping and the risk that they have, they're still dedicated to be there. Every day, our staff is going outside to look for fuel. Every day, it's how much fuel do you have left? Do we have 1 day left of supply, 2 days left of supply? How do we save, and how do we go ahead and share fuel with other facilities to make sure that we're going to continue to care and keep to our mission? How do we make sure that if you come to our facility, that we're going to be there to provide the care, that we're going to keep the lights open? Even though we have to have our planned blackouts, we're still going to keep the light open, because if you make it, we're going to be there to provide your care. In the midst of what's going on, one thing that we do not talk about is those unsung heroes. Every day, we have staff on the streets looking for fuel. Every day, we have staff on the streets looking for food. Every day, we have staff on the streets that are looking to see how can we make sure that we are there. How can we make sure that we are there to provide the care for our patients if they make it to our facilities? Even more so, we have staff in our community health with issues going on. How do we make sure that we go to the most vulnerable and identify them where they are, so that we can make sure that they are receiving the care, that we're not losing people that cannot make it to our facilities? So we work with our community health workers. On a daily basis, we're asking, what does it need to get done? What is that whatever it takes model is? If they need us, how are we there to be partners with our communities? How are we there to support them in the care that they need? Right now, what we're going forth is we are in an unprecedented situation. It's not from day to day, from hour to hour, from moment to moment, second to second. You do not know what's happening. But we are committed to being there for our staff. We are committed to being there for our patients. We are committed to being there for our community. Because right now, we know things are changing or will change. It cannot go on, but we can't lose faith and we can't lose hope and we can't step back. One thing I would say about our team, and I see the sign, one thing I would say about our team and what we are going to continue doing for the Haitian population, with the Haitian population, is fight. We'll fight for the mothers, we'll fight for the babies, we'll fight for our staff to make sure that we are providing the best quality care possible. So as I give you a couple of numbers here, what we are continuing to put plans in place for our medical education, which we have a representative here because we need it. We are making sure that orthopedics are in place because we need it. We are making sure that maternal child health is ready to go, so we're not having any risk of losing lives in the process of this. So Zanmi La Santé is committed to providing services, is committing to providing care with our unofficial motto of whatever it takes to do it.